I swear it was supposed to be a good night. We were surrounded by laughter, champagne, and the kind of music that makes you want to forget about work, about bills, about everything. The lights were soft and golden, the kind that makes everyone look better than they really are. I saw my wife, Anna, standing near the balcony, glass in hand, smiling, no glowing, in that way she hadn't around me for a while. So when I went up to her, wrapped an arm around her waist and whispered, "Dance with me," I thought I was doing something sweet, something normal. She stiffened. I felt it immediately, like I just touched something fragile I wasn't supposed to. "Not now," she murmured, eyes darting to the people behind me. "Our friends, my colleagues, the ones with money and charm and perfect hairlines." I laughed it off, tried to make a joke, and pulled her gently toward the center of the room. The music was slow, romantic even, and I thought maybe we could just reset. But when I leaned in to kiss her, she turned her head, voice sharp and cold enough to slice through the music. "You're embarrassing me." I froze. The room didn't stop, but it might as well have. I could feel eyes on us. A few awkward chuckles, some polite glances away. My chest burned as I stepped back, pretending like it was all nothing, like my heart hadn't just been kicked in front of everyone. She gave me this tight smile, one she saves for waiters who bring the wrong wine. Then she walked away, her heels clicking across the marble, straight toward the bar and toward Daniel. Daniel, the man I'd introduced her to 6 months ago at a company gala. My boss technically. Charismatic, wealthy, the kind of man who doesn't have to try to make people like him. The kind who walks into a room and becomes gravity itself. And I'd been proud back then that he found Anna so easy to talk to. "You two get along great," I told her. I thought it meant I had a wife who could hold her own. But that night, when she leaned across the bar laughing at something Daniel said, her hand brushing his sleeve, I felt something in me crack. Not completely, just enough to let doubt seep through. She wasn't drunk. She was alive in a way she hadn't been around me for months. Her eyes lit up for him. Her smile lingered a little too long. And I stood there, a man with his drink sweating in his hand, realizing that I might not be the one making her glow anymore. I drove us home in silence. She stared out the window, scrolling on her phone, her reflection in the glass looking bored, distant. I wanted to ask her what that was back there. Why she said I embarrassed her. But the words felt too small for the storm building in my chest. So instead I said, "You looked like you were having fun with Daniel." She didn't even look up. "He's just easy to talk to. Unlike you lately." That one hit harder than I expected. Unlike me. I gripped the steering wheel tighter, the sound of the tires filling the silence. "You didn't have to make me feel like an idiot in front of everyone," I said quietly. "You were acting like one," she snapped. "You don't know how to read a room, do you? You can't just cling to me in public like that." "Cling," I repeated. "I was trying to dance with my wife." She sighed, turning back to her phone. "God, you're so dramatic." That night we didn't touch. She showered and went straight to bed, her back to me. I lay awake, staring at the ceiling, replaying the look on her face, the irritation, the embarrassment. Like my love was something inconvenient. The next few days things felt off. She was always busy. Late meetings. New clients. Gym classes she never used to go to. Her phone became a second body part, always face down, always locked. I tried not to be that guy, the paranoid husband, but small things added up. The faint smell of cologne that wasn't mine when she came home one night. A text that lit up her screen. "Can't stop thinking about you tonight." She claimed it was from a coworker who sent it by mistake. She laughed as she explained, but her eyes didn't. One evening, while she was in the shower, I did what I swore I'd never do. I opened her phone. I wish I could say I was brave about it, that I didn't hesitate, but my hands shook like I was holding a live wire. Her messages with D weren't overtly romantic, not at first. Work talk, jokes, little emojis. But then came "I miss you today" and "last night was amazing," and "I can still taste the wine on your lips." My throat went dry. My heart felt like it was folding in on itself. It wasn't the shock of it that hurt the most, it was the familiarity. The way she wrote to him like she used to write to me. The softness, the warmth, the little teasing way she said his name. I scrolled until I couldn't anymore. Until the words blurred and my own reflection stared back at me through tears I didn't even feel coming. When she stepped out of the shower, wrapped in a towel, humming to herself, I almost said it. Almost threw the phone at her and screamed. But something stopped me. Maybe pride. Maybe the fear of what she'd say if I gave her the chance. So I just said, "How was your day?" She smiled, an effortless, practiced smile, and said, "Fine." I started watching her differently after that. The way she dressed. The way she laughed at her phone when she thought I wasn't looking. She was somewhere else now, somewhere I couldn't follow. I tried to fix things, to plan dinners, to be more attentive, but it was like trying to talk to someone underwater. Everything I said came out muffled, meaningless. Finally, one night, after 2 glasses of whiskey, I asked her outright, "Are you seeing someone else?" She froze mid-swipe on her phone. "What?" "Don't play dumb, Anna. I've seen the messages." Her face changed, not guilty, not scared, just tired. Like I was the one ruining everything. "You went through my phone?" she asked, voice low and cold. "That's all you have to say?" She stared at me for a long time before sighing. "I didn't plan for it to happen." That line, God, that line burned itself into my head. Didn't plan for it. Like it was an accident, like her heart just tripped and fell into someone else's arms. "I was lonely," she said softly. "You were always working, always tired. I needed to feel something. I wanted to yell, to throw something, but all I could do was sit there, numb. And Daniel made you feel that, huh?" She didn't deny it. She didn't have to. Her silence did all the talking. She moved out 2 weeks later. Said she needed space, said she didn't want to hurt me more. Daniel transferred to another branch, but that didn't matter. The damage was already done. The house felt like a museum after that. Quiet, sterile, filled with memories that didn't belong to me anymore. Sometimes I still think about that night at the party. The music, the laughter, the way her eyes shone under the lights, but not for me. I think about how I reached for her hand, and she pulled away, embarrassed to be seen loving me. That was the moment I lost her, even if I didn't know it yet. People say betrayal is a single act, a line crossed, but I've learned it's slower than that. It's the silence that grows between 2 people. The distance you don't notice until you're standing in it, realizing you're the only one still trying to bridge the gap. And maybe that's the cruelest part. Knowing that I loved her enough to forgive her, but not enough to make her stay.